So, as you know by now, Facebook, one of the most valuable companies in the world, has officially changed their name to Meta. But why did they do that? And was that a good move? Stick around, let's explore and find out. I'm John Henry, three-time entrepreneur and former VC, and I love talking and breaking down business and culture. And today we are going to do a deep dive into why Facebook found it advantageous to change their name to Meta. Now, the obvious reason, and perhaps the one that most folks kind of took at face value, is the PR crisis that they're having. Facebook, starting with way back in Cambridge Analytica days, we'll refer to some images here, went through an ungodly scandal where Russian agencies manipulated Facebook accounts to impact the 2016 elections. Now, it doesn't matter to me what side of the issue you are on. Intelligence and congressional testimonials revealed that indeed Facebook was manipulated. Let's explore how that was even possible. So Facebook is the largest social network in the world, has billions literally of daily active users, and has networks of microservices like WhatsApp, Messenger, and so on. Now, before there was ever any breach, there was this open, more trusting ethos to Facebook. And a lot of people don't think about this, but Facebook is free not because Facebook is the service. The product itself is actually you. If you think about it, the more people use Facebook, the more deeply sophisticated understanding of human behavior Facebook has, and then in turn, they can allow advertisers to pay to reach consumers. And on the Facebook ad platform, for those of you who haven't been on the back end, you're able to dissect with incredible granularity, not just by age and location, but also by interest. Did you recently move? Are you married? Are you widowed? What kind of car you drive? What income bracket you make? What your interests are, your sexual preferences, even down to specific, census tracts and sub-zip code targeting capabilities and so on. Back in 2016 especially, it was kind of like the wild, wild west. So it was abused, it was taken advantage of. And that is when the woes of Facebook started. They made some half-hearted assertion that they would fix it, but year after year, scandal after scandal, their brand equity was slowly tarnished. Doesn't help that Zuckerberg looks kind of weird and a little robotic. And then you pair in the fact that, the relevance within a younger population on Facebook has reached all-time lows. And here you have a valuable company because of all of the microservices that they have and their ad platform and the amount of revenue that they make as a result, but an undesirable brand. So what do you do in that instance? Well, you can decide to go toe-to-toe and do ad campaigns and apology tours to improve the brand equity, or you can change the name. In the case of Facebook, that they did. They changed the name from Facebook to Meta. Now, I've been keeping up with a lot of commentary, and a lot of people are saying that it was a cheap ploy to solve their PR crisis. And that might be true at the surface level. But what you probably don't know about Facebook is they have hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of employees dedicated to top secret confidential projects at Facebook. They have built something that it's not terribly vulnerable, and it's not very fickle either. It is a robust company with a ton of data, and although they're in the hot seat now, Zuckerberg and their award-winning research and development team are looking 5, 10, 15, 20 years out. So they infamously, or famously, pioneered the mainstream use of facial recognition technology, so that when you post a photo, it can automatically tag people in that photo. When you use those filters on your phone that you use on Instagram, you might see them as cute little, Pinocchio noses or whatever, but in actuality, they are perfecting their facial recognition technology and scores of other features that they bank on. So what Facebook is looking into is the future of what they think the world is heading towards. And they are banking that this temporary scrutiny and distaste that people have for Facebook will be vastly outpaced by the rate of innovation that they hope to be first movers on, specifically in the metaverse. This includes things like Oculus, which they made a multi-billion-dollar acquisition some years ago. You might have seen the wonky looking headsets. Over time, as those get slimmer, it's gonna be a lot more realistic to tap into a virtual gaming world. But also the rise of NFTs and crypto now provide us a digital currency by which we can exchange goods and services in the digital world and so on. So, to summarize, at face value, you might think that it was the evasion of scrutiny on the PR side, and there might be some merit to that. But the real reason is Facebook is leaning into a future that they believe is an existential threat to their business if they don't mobilize and become first movers in. They have, by the way, a very successful, proven track record of doing this. When Facebook was predominantly web and desktop, they saw mobile as a threat. They acquired Instagram as a way to incorporate mobile into their product stack. They saw the rise of international messaging as a threat to Facebook and acquired WhatsApp. They saw the rise of WeChat in China and compartmentalized their services and split Messenger from Facebook. They have been very good at spotting existential threats. So when Zuckerberg and the Facebook gang makes a move like this, then you have to be paying attention because they are sitting on mounds of cash, talent, and damn near unlimited opportunity. And this is what they decide to go for. So just pay attention to what the big fish do, and it's typically revealing of trends that may be coming 2 to 4 years down the line. So it might be a little soon for the metaverse, and we might not fully understand its mass appeal at the moment, but this is my belief in the reason for the Facebook name change. I believe that it is a great move, by the way. I believe it will go down in history as a key pivotal moment in Facebook's time. And I bought more stock because I believe in the long-term future of the company, despite their mishandling of data. So the key takeaway here is when you see large and successful companies with a proven track record of pivoting make a pivot, pay attention and try to look beneath the tip of the iceberg. There's usually a ton of takeaways and even future trends that you potentially should be paying attention to as well. So this applies to small business creators, brands, and all different types of projects. Pay attention because you just might find your next pivot underneath someone else's. What do you think about the Facebook name change? Like it, dislike it, have any reasons that maybe weren't covered here? Make sure that you drop them in the comments and I'll pop in there, read, engage, and I can't wait to read your thoughts. For more videos just like this one, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you're the first to know when we drop some new videos. Thanks and speak soon.